The lazy days of living in a marina were catching up to me, and it was time to start doing some of the work that I came to Guatemala to get done. Rain was giving me an excuse not to start anything, but the ducks didn't seem to mind, so it was time for me to realize that rain couldn't be an excuse anymore, and I needed to pull my boat out and get things done before my time in Guatemala came to an end. This was my original list that I had taped inside my boat, but the list got longer as I sailed south from Virginia to Guatemala. Most of it was general maintenance and simple stuff, but there were some bigger projects I knew I had to get done. I was excited to haul out at Ram Marina as it's a great facility and the workers there are quite skilled. My friend Steve was there to help me out as he had done this at the same facility on his own boat. Hauling your boat out on 4 slings can be a nerve-wracking process, but the guys at Ram did a great job. Up she comes! There are lots of boats stored here at Ram, especially since many people left them here during COVID and returned to their home countries. It's the Truth was then transported to her new home just up the hill from where she was pulled out. So since It's the Truth came out of the water yesterday, it's been a little toastier on board. Being on pavement, not as cool as being in the water, and there's no breeze around here. So I have my little fan, which has been keeping me cool while I've been on the water, but I don't have AC like some other boats do, which I'm very jealous of right now. So I had to go figure out a way to make it a little bit cooler down below and also kind of make it easier to work on deck, which I have a lot of projects coming up on the deck, just repairing some a lot of holes and water damage, trying to fix the leaky spots is my main goal. So in order to do that, the other way around is to have either kind of a really nice custom made can, such as this one over there. So trying to have that, and just get some tarps. Cheaper. The tarps are a lot cheaper, and basically does the same thing. I also have nowhere to store anything like that on my boat, so this will make it easier. Possibly can donate them at the end of the time here on the hard. But this is my version of AC for the next few months. Hopefully it'll do its trick. find leaks. This come down to Guatemala. It rains a lot, and so I've definitely found some new leaks in my boat, but there are also some ones I knew about. So the first one I'm attacking is my winch, and I'll show you here. So I've already removed the winch from the deck, and it's obviously, the water is seeping down underneath the winch and coming through these holes, and it's kind of like sunk in the deck a little bit, so there's definitely some rotting going on underneath, so I'm gonna have to dig this all out and try and seal that all up, and hopefully it'll be an easy fix, because after that I'm going to move the winches up to the mast up here to make it a lot easier to winch the main halyard up, is what I was using this for. So taking apart the winch, and we'll also clean up the winch while it's apart, and then we'll start digging out here. One of my big projects since being out on the hard was to recore some of my decks as I'm switching the winches onto the mast and just kind of cleaning up the decks a bit. There's the one winch definitely was pretty wet underneath, and we've done one side, and now I'm going to video the other side. So yeah. So this is the first side that we did. Still needs to be kind of ferried out, and then gonna do a new layer of gel coat, and then on top of this whole deck eventually. But that was the first side, and then this is the side I'm doing today. So I've kind of drawn a line about where the I'm guesstimating where the water damage has gone through, and kind of like a nice long shape. This side we miscalculated, so we did on that side we did a hammer test and kind of like listened for the dullness in the deck, but we were off. So took out the water meter and made a much bigger cut, and which we ended up being really conservative with, and probably cut out more than we needed. So on this side, when I cut out, I'm going to kind of try and be a little less conservative as far as what the water meter is saying, because we definitely got some drier spots on the other side. So trying to get out all the wet, but not take off so much of the deck. So we'll see. So yeah, here on the side I've drawn out the line, so trying to figure out exactly where the moisture is kind of escaped to. As this is again the winch, same as on the other side, but this winch less moisture was definitely in it, but there's definitely moisture that's creeped through in this whole deck area. So really want to get that out and cleaned up, and then I'll lay new coring down and have it nice and dry again. And I'm also stoked to take the clutch and the winch and put it up on the mast up here, just kind of taking as many holes out of the deck as I possibly can, because less holes in the deck is always better. So I've used a multi-tool and cut a line, or sawed in around the deck, and now I'm kind of going in with chisel and screwdriver and anything that just can lift up the deck. So this is what I'm doing here. So this is what it looks like. So I'm just kind of lifting up the top layer of the fiberglass and the gel coat, and hopefully we'll get it up. Okay, so finally cut out the piece on top. Unfortunately, didn't do it as nice as the other side, so but that's okay. I kind of wanted to try just fiberglassing it and then fairing it down and then just having it painted on top without, so not reusing the piece that we cut out. Although it would have been nicer to have done again. But yeah, so this is all the rotten shit, the rotten wood, and it's pretty easy to pick out. As you can see, it's pretty wet too, but yeah, pretty easy to scrape up. So that is what we're taking care of. And then a little bit here as well, which not very good, but yeah, some of it is actually pretty dry, and especially in this area here. So I went a little too far. Probably could have cut the line here, would have been fine, but better to get more of the wet out than not enough. So yep. So another little project I've been working on is to refinish all the teak handrails, and there's a little bit of teak trim on the outside of my boat, and so since I had to remove the handrails to recore some of the deck, I figured now's a good time to sand them down and get them refinished. So this is what I've been doing. So this is where I've already actually started sanding down one of the handrails. I'm trying to get it to all match. And then I'll go ahead and varnish it, but I still have to get all of this off and kind of sand this down kind of more so it's like this, where it's all one color or closer to one color. Being sanded down and getting returned to its original form. A lot better than what this looks like right now. But still got lots of work to do, and I'll show you what it looks like when we're all done. pretty stoked to have this 2-week mission completed. Still gotta wait for the shaft, so unfortunately not going back into the water today because the shaft won't be here until 4 o'clock this afternoon. But the cutlass bearing is finally in. So she's gonna get her bottom painted here hopefully this week. I was gonna do it myself, but since it's so inexpensive here, one job I just didn't feel like doing, and I have so many others, so I just giving her a bath on the top. So I'm gonna polish her up, and hopefully by the time I'm done, she'll look just like new. Tonight is hopefully my last night in the hard. I know I haven't talked about it much since I've been out here for the last month, but living on the hard and being in 100-degree heat with humidity, not really fun. So tonight is my last night. Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler once I go back in the water. Actually, I know it'll be much cooler when I go back in the water, but just looking forward to this hopefully being my last night, where this is my only version of AC. It's my little fan, and this is what keeps me cool in the day and at night. I take a little break every half an hour, 45 minutes, come and sit in front of my trusty little fan here, blow some good air, but that's what's been keeping me cool this whole time. So definitely looking forward to some fresh breeze hopefully, and maybe, I don't know, I'm really trying hard not to get an AC unit. Like, I'm trying to stick it out, and I've been told August is the hottest month here in Guatemala, which I guess I'll find out soon enough. But yeah, it's not been fun living on the hard, let me tell you. In the last couple of days, she also got her bottom painted, and she is just looking nice and sleek again. She did have some delamination here, but we dug it out and with the angle grinder, and then refiberglassed around. So definitely looking a lot better, and they did a really good job. So here is the finished decks. They were finished painting them the other day and put the new varnished handrails back on, and it looks amazing. And since I've been back in the water, everything has been running well. I got the new auto helm installed, took it out for a test sail, it ran beautifully, and what else? I mean, got some new canvas work done. I don't know, I never finished with the water maker yet, but I know what is needed, so we'll hopefully get that in. But just happy to have my boat put back together. But yeah, I mean, boat work never ends, so the list will continue going on and on. But I just wanted to put together kind of a short video of what it looked like and what living on the hard looked like. And I'm happy to be back in the water, and happy to be hopefully going out sailing again. So until next time, guys, cheers.